1, 2, a 1, 2.
Hey, yo, count that.
A 1, 2, a 1, 2.
Count that money.
I just found Nas lost number 2 pencil. I'm about to write a letter to the Knicks fans. My Knicks fans tell them we still here. Through tough times, we made it through them tough years. But they said we couldn't weather storm. This my havoc, my prodigy, my quiet storm. Future bright, Leon still planning.
That's right.
No response to Candace Parker, Miss Becky Hammond.
Watch them though.
But tell I'm Pat Ewing tall. New York Knicks City position, I'm the point guard.
Burn up.
New York City, we can never fail. Shout out to little Charlotte ringing off that cancer bell. When I speak, I'm talking garden trees. We all in, all one. You gotta love the team.
That's family.
Every bar is such a real quote. Like when Mitchie moved in his high school coach.
That's real.
All we do is just the realest. Look around your franchise, we the biggest. And of course, side 10 toes down. The world's famous arena. This is Midtown.
Right.
I see the doubters,
Yeah.
plus the haters.
Them too.
We getting stronger.
That's right.
They can't fade us. They know that health is back in the building. The entire league know we about to be a problem. I said we about to be a problem. I said we about to be a problem. They keep saying, why not us? But I'm gonna tell you why it can be us. It's the orange and blue thing.
Let's go. Oh, wait, hold on. Let's change this. Well, I don't know why that's there. Oops. Hold on. My bad, guys. There we go. What's happening, everybody? Happy Saturday to you all. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate y'all. Hope you are doing well. If you're on the East Coast, especially in the New York area, you already see this gloomy, wet, torrential downpour type of day. It's okay. We here. We are rocking. You know what I mean? Today is a good day. We got an early matinee game with the New York Knicks versus the Brooklyn Nets. So, you know what I mean? It should be pretty fun either way. 1 p.m. game. And, you know, the one thing you know that the show will go on. So they'll be out there hooping. So I'm excited to see our Knicks back playing some basketball. Let's see what we got going on here today. We already know it's going to be a rainy, wet day all the way up until 12 a.m. tonight. So there's that. High of 53 degrees. Right now it feels like 42 or something. It's 46 degrees. You know what I mean? It is what it is. It's spring. So I expect to see a lot of the wet weather. It is what it is. But at least it's starting to heat up again, you know, warm up in the 50s. We got some 60s coming, you know, in the next 6 to 10 days. So, yeah, I mean, we get into that spring weather. It's on its way, guys. I know we've been like, yo, can we get done with this winter or whatever you want to call it? But, yeah, I'm ready. I'm with a lot of y'all. Anyway, hope you guys are doing well. Oh man, let's see what's going on. Let's shout out the chat. Oh, here we go. Let's get it started. Walter Blackman is in the building. And yes, guys, sorry. I just wanted to say that it was supposed to be 11 a.m. start. Just because I'm trying to give it a little bit more time because 11:30 and the Knicks game is at 1. But I said, you know what? I got to get my guy Jay Boogie's joint up there to start the show to get us cracking. There's a storm going on. The Knicks are coming. It's raining outside. There's a storm happening outside. I mean, what better way? What better day? You know what I mean? So shout out to my guy Walter Blackman, and appreciate you, Jay Boogie, man. That's another fire track. You know, part of the catalog. Appreciate you, my brother. And y'all listen. Jay Boogie got some heat coming. Okay. Listen, you know Jay Boogie for what Jay Boogie is. You know what he is to this Knicks community. And you understand how he's put it down and spent money and his time and effort shooting videos, no compensation, just doing it out of his own pocket to try to show his love for this Knick organization. But Jay Boogie's got some heat coming. And it's not just Knick heat, it's regular heat, you know, regular hip hop heat. You know what I mean? So stay tuned for that. So I can't wait. But once again, my bad, Walter. I appreciate you. I just forgot to say that. Once again, good morning, my brother. I hope you are doing well. Always good to see you in the chat. Slim Slammer, who's got the keys to? No, it doesn't work. It does not work. Sorry, I apologize. He says live from New York City. It's Saturday night. Yeah, what's going on, brother? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Wiz BKLA in the building. What up, Wiz? Appreciate you, brother. Andios is in the building. Salute. What's good? Appreciate you. Yeah, whatever. Oh, he also says salute to the king of the Soul Train line. Yeah. Oh man. Anyway, speaking of Soul Train lines, I've seen this video a long time ago, but I didn't remember it. There's a video floating around for you young whippersnappers who don't really understand what Soul Train is or what it was. And, you know, it probably won't even matter to you what I'm saying right now. But for the older heads who know Soul Train, you know, there is a video out there of Mary Wells. That's right, Mary Wells of the old Supreme fame, you know, Diana Ross, Mary Wells, you know what I mean? The Supremes, right? She was on Soul Train and she wanted to, you know, dance on the Soul Train line. And she is one of the only, I think it might be the only time she was able to bring Don Cornelius out on the Soul Train line. And that man was cutting the rug, getting his boogie on. So it was dope to see Don Cornelius strutting out there. If y'all haven't checked it out, it's on Instagram or you know, you can find it somewhere. Anyway, all right. Adios, NYK. As I said before, I appreciate you, my brother. I hope you are doing well. Always good to see you. Dwayne Dennis is in the building. Salute, fam. What's good? Appreciate you. What did he say here? He said Nets versus Knicks and the Kings versus Magic. We need the W, and it would be great if the Kings can dust off the Magic. Facts. That's facts. Shaw Powers is in the building. What's good? Appreciate you, Shaw, as always. Yes, man. You know, and I say it all the time. If y'all haven't checked out Knicks Real Talk with Shaw and my guy Divine, you know, I don't know what you're doing. Please, you know, do it as soon as you can, man. Shout out to them. Show some love. They did their pregame. I mean, that's and guys, if you're wondering why I'm a little congested, don't ask. You know who I am. You know what I do. I gotta have the morning cup of Joe. Let's go, or Joanne. Either way, you know what I mean. I can't. I know. Listen, you know what I mean. Maybe if I was a performer who had to harmonize and crack a tune for y'all, I'd be drinking the tea like the professionals. But I need my coffee, man. I need my coffee. Anyway, shout out to Shah and Divine, man. The thing about this Knicks community is we have, you know, overall, for the most part, 95% of us, 98% of us. There might be a couple percent out there that you know, I don't know, they don't rock. I don't know. But 98% of us rock together. We support each other. We big up each other. And we do things that show that we care. You know, there's a mutual respect, and there's, you know, for some of us, there's a love and admiration there. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, if y'all haven't checked it out, Shah and Divine did their, you know, they do the game preview before each game. They usually do it about an hour or hour and a half before the game. And, you know, they decided to do their pregame last night because, one, it was an early game that starts at 1 p.m. And also because they knew that I have my show that comes on around 11:30. That to me is pretty dope. You know what I mean? That I one of the things as a content creator we try to do is we want to be able to put our product out there and get it to you guys the best way possible. There's I mean, when you get into this whole YouTube game, after a while, when you start taking it a little bit more seriously, you start paying attention to algorithms and time slots and all this stuff. You start to realize when are the best time slots to go on, the best, moments where people are watching and all that. And you know exactly what days, what times and all that stuff happens. But what you also realize is when you're doing this YouTube thing and becoming a content creator, you make relationships, and throughout those relationships, you get to know people and you understand what they're trying to do as well as what you're trying to do. And you know, they have different days and time slots that they come on. And some people are just blessed and fortunate to have time slots that are really ideal. But you know, once you build these relationships and moments, you start to say, you know what? I'll figure out another way to come on. If my guys Sean Divine are coming on this day at this time every week, I'm gonna figure out another slot. You know what I mean? Or with whoever. I mean, you can't now let's be fair, guys. Just saying, even though I'm saying this, you can't be like that for everything because there's so many content creators. If you just said, well, I'm not gonna come on when anybody's coming on, then you will just not have a show. But the point is to try your best. You know what I mean? To try your best to allow people to get their content off, and you find your own slot. And it is what it is. Sometimes we do overlap each other, but for the most part, we try not to, and we think about each other. So that's a long story short to say that I really appreciate you guys for doing that. Shah, Divine, if you're listening, whenever you see this or whatever, I really appreciate y'all. That's dope. You don't have to do it. I wouldn't mind, but I really do appreciate it. So, okay. All right. Now back to the regular schedule programming. Kerry Cox is in the building. Salute, Kerry. Appreciate you. What's good? Hope you're doing well. My guy, Kareem Grant. What up, twin? What's good? Appreciate you. He says Grant Rising to the chat. Appreciate you. And Ron the Don. Hey, Wonder Woman is in the building. Salute. What's good? Hope you're doing well. She says salute, Ron. Salute to the chat. Walter Blackman, thank you for the generous super chat. I appreciate you as always. You know how you know I can't say it enough, man. I thank you just for being here and rocking. But thank you for the generous super chat as well, my brother. Michael Singleton is in the building. Salute, Michael. He says, big round in the house like clockwork. It's Nick time. Appreciate you, bro. Let's get to it. Facts. We gonna get there. Let me just get through a couple more shout outs to my peeps. That Franco is in the building. What's good? Appreciate you. Blessings to you and yours, bro. Getting ready for my beloved Knicks. Facts. Maddox is in the building. Salute. What's good? Appreciate you. Sherwin is in the building. What's good, Sherwin? Appreciate you as always. There he goes. Knicks Real Talk. My guy Divine is in the building. Salute to Divine and to Shah. Appreciate you, brothers. As I said once again. Let me see. Hey, okay, cool. Shout out to Stream Elements. Thank you for giving me the update. Deron Wayne just became a sponsor, a member of Still Knick Fans. Appreciate you, Deron. Thank you, my brother, as always. Kerry Cox says we need to blow Brooklyn out here today. Yeah, I mean, I hear you with that. Facts. Pedro Sanz Alberti is in the house. He says, hi from Spain. Let's go, Knicks. Hey, all right. Appreciate you, Pedro. Thank you for tuning in, man. Thank you. Appreciate you. And yeah, we got to get this victory today, man. Knicks play at 1 p.m. Eastern time. I don't know what time that is in Spain, but if you're able to enjoy that along with the rest of us, I don't know like the time difference, but definitely appreciate you and hope they get a victory for you as well. JM3 is in the building. What's good? Appreciate you. Okay. My guy Parrish Duggar is in the building. No. Well, I don't think that at all. I wasn't even considering that. I mean, you got your opinions and you rock. But nah, you one of us, Parrish. He said a lot of people think that I'm not a part of that 98%, but I am. It's just that I don't just fall in line on the BS. I hear you, brother. I hear you. Knicks Real Talk. My guy Divine says, I am here. Appreciate you, Ron. Real Talk. Hey, man. Appreciate you, my brother. Kerry Cox says, still no Mitchell Robinson. Not yet, bro. But listen, we're getting closer. Listen, to me, the best part about it is everything with Mitchell Robinson is good news, okay? As long as it keeps being good news and we're just playing the waiting game, I'm straight. You know what I mean? It's that bad news we don't want to hear. Oh, Mitchell Robinson was set to play in the next day or two, but he had a setback. I don't want to hear none of that. Okay. So as long as everything is still positive news, we're on the right track. We just got to be patient. Believe me, my feeling is be patient, guys, because once we get these guys, it's going to be worth it. It may be a little bit of a struggle just for people to get their conditioning and get right in the game flow. But once they get going, it's going to definitely be worth it. Hey, my guy BX Kev is in the building. Sports Jedi Network is here. Please, if y'all haven't tuned into the Sports Jedi Network, I don't know what you're waiting for. As I told you guys before in the past, it's not just Knicks. It's Knicks, it's Yankees, it's MMA, it's wrestling, it's Rangers, it's anything you could think of. He's covering over there as well. So please show him some love. And at one time, I don't know if he's still doing that. At one time, he was looking for other people to kind of join the content family over there. So if you are interested in that, I'm sure he'd still be, interested in hearing from different people and possibly working something out if that's what you guys want to do, because it's a lot of content. So, and it's a lot for one man or two people or three people to handle. They do a lot of stuff over there. So yeah, please show them some love and definitely check out Sports Jedi Network on YouTube. He says, happy Saturday, Ron and Knicks Nation. 13 more games left before playoff train ride to Larry O'Brien begins. May the sports be with you. Yes. Yes. I like that. That's dope. Let me see here. Hey. Oh, man. My guy, Sam Grandison, is in the building. Now it's a real show, y'all. Sam Grandison put his eyes on it. There you go. He said, Battle of New York today. We should take this game today. Salute, peace, and blessings. Salute to you, my brother Sam. Hope you're doing well, man. Always good to see you. Will Salkin is in the building. What's going on, Will? How you doing? He says, salute, Ron. Salute, esteemed chat. Happy Saturday to all. Yeah, man. Good to see you. Let me see here. I'll log into this. Yep, I'm logged in. Okay, there we go. Okay, I think I got through everybody. And shout out to everybody who's watching. We've got 44 people watching here on YouTube. We've got about 15 people watching on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, and a couple of viewers from Facebook as well. So salute to y'all. Appreciate everybody tuning in, rocking, and supporting the shows. If you're here on YouTube, please smash that like button. On X or Twitter, you can't really do anything. I mean, you could come over to YouTube and smash the like button and go back to watching on X or Twitter. I don't know. They got to figure out a way to make that work. I don't know, but I appreciate everybody tuning in and supporting on X or Twitter. Thank you. Really, I do appreciate it. Shout out to Animal Lex in the building. Salute. Appreciate you. And Eddie F is in the building. He says, Ron, you are Saturday morning Knicks. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Yeah. I never expected it to be like this, and for me to have a slot that I really enjoy and works for me. It's a sacrifice because, especially when the weather gets nice, me giving up my Saturday mornings and early afternoons is a sacrifice. But I do it because I love talking Knicks and I love rocking with all of y'all. So it works. Of course, if something monumental happened, like one of my best friends getting married on a Saturday, I'd have to peace out. I have to say, listen, I'll catch you guys next Saturday. But anyway, yeah, definitely. It will be open. I will be, putting that out there. So Sam, always a pleasure to have you, brother. So yes, look forward to chopping it up with you. My guy, Danny Landis in the building. Salute, Danny. Appreciate you. Let's get it. All right. So let's get into this whole damn thing. Knicks are playing today, man. We got some stuff to talk about. Let's go. And once again, guys, shout out to my guy Jay Boogie. If y'all haven't seen his, one of his latest joints, you know, you can rewind this to the beginning. You know what I mean, and check it out. I dropped it early to start it off. So please feel free to rewind, check it out, and then just come back to to where we are right now. David Smith is in the building as well. Salute, David. Appreciate you. Okay. And guys, as always, listen, I appreciate you just being here. I thank you for everything you do in support of the channel, everything we've got going on. But if you feel the need, if you would like to, if that is something that's on your mind, if you want to support the show, by all means, please feel free to buy me a coffee. You know what I mean? As you can see, I drink a lot of coffee. That's why I get all congested with this freaking. I don't know what the hell's going on, but it's wild. Yeah. Okay. So thank you, man. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. We're gonna talk about that, David. Yeah. Mm-hmm. We'll talk about it. We're gonna chop it up, brother. He says, "What's with all this Tom Thibodeau extension nonsense?" Let me star this. I'll star this. We're gonna come back to it. Danny says, "Ron, who do you think comes back from injury first?" Honestly, I think OG comes back first. Like, I think Mitch is getting close, very close, right? He's ramping up. He's playing 5-on-5. He's in practice, but it's about him getting his m- conditioning together, running up and down the court consistently, and getting that wind, back. Um, so I think they're gonna give it a couple more games before he's ready to go. But honestly, OG already has the conditioning part, right? The issue is just is whatever going on with his elbow good enough that he can just go out there and play. And I kind of feel like there's been shout out to the Queen Steph on Dope Soul Sports Talk. I think she was talking about it. I know she was talking about it last night. And she had mentioned, like, there's different reports out there about what's going on with OG. The one that I believe right now is that when he was playing, he hyperextended it. Because if you go in, and I'm by no means, and I'm not trying to act like I am. I'm not no expert when it comes to surgeries. I think I've only had one surgery in my whole life, and I was 5 years old, and I don't remember it. Um, but I think usually when they go in and to clean up bone spurs, usually they catch everything. And even if they didn't catch everything, they took a significant amount out, right? So you wouldn't think that you would be getting such pain and discomfort from like loose bone spur particles that are left, or like if they missed something, to the same effect that it would be making him, as someone said, I forgot who said it in the chat. I apologize. Oh, I think it was Craig. Craig said that there was one of those games, the Portland game, one of those games that it looked like OG was kind of screaming in pain, or motioning that he was in pain. So I don't know. I think that it might be what one of the reports is, that he did hyperextend the elbow. Because if you guys hyperextend anything, it bothers you. Now imagine hyperextending something that you just had surgery on. So that to me could be an issue. So maybe that's the reason why it's taking more time for it to feel. I mean, if you've hyperextended anything, you got to deal with that soreness. You got to deal with the swelling that comes up. I mean, I used to hyperextend my knees a lot when I was young, and so I used to get water in my knees when I was playing ball. We don't know. We don't know. So, but I would think OG, then Mitch, then Randall, in my opinion. Let me see. Shout out to more Knicks TV. Appreciate you. He said Mitchell is already on the court. Is I think that was OG is out indefinitely. But yeah, I don't that indefinitely is more of they just don't want to keep putting timetables on OG because if he still feels soreness, they can't account for it. Like you know what I mean? So it's better just to say indefinitely. Randall has no timeline. That's correct. Ronald Doriston is in, and shout out to you, more Knicks TV. Good to see you, Ronald Doriston. Now, I can't remember if I've seen your name in the chat before. So, if this is your first time, if you're new, thank you for being here. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already done so. I mean, if you like the content, what you're seeing, I would appreciate you to do that. That would be great. He says it's between Mitch and OG. Yeah, I agreed. At least for right now, it is. Mhm. David Smith says, I believe OG Anunoby is injury prone. I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe he is. I don't know. Okay. So Moore's Knicks TV says Spurs linger. So yeah, like I said, I don't know enough about Bone Spurs. I don't know how that whole thing works. And actuality, I would hope that it is. I don't know. I don't know what I would hope for more. Would I prefer it to be Bone Spurs and just, that something that's gotta, go, take its course, or would I rather it be a hyperextension? I don't know. Okay, he's asking. Ron, I think he heard it when Brunson passed it from behind to him and he dunked it hard and hung on the rim. Maybe. Could be, Danny. Could be. Kerry Cox says the muscle fibers hadn't really fully healed. That could be a possibility. Like it's so much, and it's it's a lot of speculation because there's so much it could be. We don't know. We just know that he's not here, he's not playing, and we're still waiting for him to come back healthy and wishing him the best. It's a little frustrating right now for our Knick team to have to go through this, but I just think that as Knick fans, what we shouldn't do is blame OG, for anything. It's not about being soft, it's about being able to work effectively. And don't forget, not only is it something he's got to deal with and deal with get pain tolerance to deal with it once it gets to a certain level, because he's going to have to play with some pain at different moments, no matter what. We're just trying to get him back to the point where he feels comfortable again. But let's not forget, like, he's very active, especially with his hands, the way he moves. And then we need his shooting, that knocking down shots from the corner, cutting to the basket, dunking, doing what he does. It's his right hand, guys. So if it was his left arm, maybe, but it's his right arm. So that's important. Shout out to Margaret Edwards in the building. Salute, Margaret. Appreciate you. Always good to see you. Kerry Cox says, why haven't we seen Shake Milton on the court? Shake is I think Shake is a complimentary piece, right? Just in case anybody can't go, if anybody's hurt, if we need to, you know what I mean? The issue with Shake is that he's still learning Tom Thibodeau's system, to Tom Thibodeau's liking. And the other thing is, like, as helpful as Shake could be, right, on the defensive end, offensively, Shake is not really an upgrade over anybody right now. Like, Deuce has gotten to the point where he is starting to develop offensively and he's looking better out there. Right now, if you told me who would you rather have on the floor offensively, this is wild, but this is how things change. Deuce or Shake, I'm going to say Deuce, because Shake's offensive prowess is starting to decline a little bit. And I'm not saying he really has declined, but with playing time and different systems that he's been in, you've seen a difference. Like, he's not scoring the way he used to score when he's out there. Like, he doesn't have that same level of explosiveness that he might have had before. Could he still get hot? Could he put up a 30 piece? Anybody could. If you're in the NBA and got some skill, he got skill. It's just that things are different now. So I think, from that standpoint, what are you really getting from throwing Shake out there? Alec Burks in his last game had 18 points or so. So he played pretty well, right? If Alec Burks is playing well, do you need Shake out there? If Deuce is playing the way Deuce is playing, do you need Shake out there? You know what I mean? And then all the other guys, they're not going nowhere. So it's just not enough opportunity to go around for a guy like Shake to get out there, unfortunately. Yep. Thank you, Sherwin. I saw that. OG Anunoby will remain out against the Nets on Saturday for right elbow injury management. Hey, my guy Allah Wise is in the building. Appreciate you, Allah. He said, my main man, Ron from Williamsburg, Brooklyn. Keep on taking it. Peace. Appreciate you, my brother. Thank you. Yeah. WB. Sherwood says, you guys got to do the APMD song. You got to chill. David Smith says, why is Knicks management acquiring all of these old guys on the wrong side of 30 who can't play defense and skills are declining, such as Burks, Milton, and Bogdanovich? Hey, man. Well, listen, once again, I'm going to tell you this again. Look, what's going on with Bogey, I don't know. But I also don't feel like the Knicks are using Bogey that well. But I do know that Bogey's getting up there in age and things happen, but I just don't feel like they're using him well enough to what works for him. Burks, I'm going to tell you guys again, guys, something's weird with Burks. It's not about Burks just plays the way Burks plays, but his shot was horribly, broken for some reason. So it looked like he got it back the last game. It could just be a fluke. We'll see. And we'll talk about it. But Milton plays good defense, guys. Milton is a good defensive player for his position. He's got good height. Offensively, he's just not much. And plus, you got to be out there playing and getting some type of rhythm going to be able to be effective. And he's not going to get that consistently with his Knicks team, not at the moment. And I'm telling you, to be honest, I hope he doesn't, because if he does, that means somebody's out or somebody's not performing. So, shout out to Kalang Music BMI. Appreciate you. Thank you for being here and rocking. I don't think I've seen your name in here. So if this is your first time here, thank you for tuning in. I hope you like the show and the content. Please smash that like button. And if you enjoy it, subscribe. He says it's not always about the points. What about the untimely turnovers? In reference to who? Are you talking about somebody specifically? Which player? Yeah, turnovers definitely do matter though. Craig is in the building. What up, Craig? He says, why is Bogey so trash with us? Hey man, listen, I'm telling you, when it comes to a team, when you get a player that's coming from somewhere else, you have to understand what makes that player comfortable. And the Knicks are using Bogey in a way that I don't think he feels comfortable with. First off, him putting the ball on the floor and having to dribble and make moves. Can he do it? Yes. Is he better than that? Is he better at that than Fournier? He is. But should he be doing it? Probably not. Probably not. He should be moving around, catching and shooting. You know what I mean? That's what he should be doing. They should be running curls and screens for Bogey. Bogey is he's actually a pretty efficient scorer if you set him up the right way. He's got a nice little floater. He's got a mid-range shot. He can knock down the three, and once he gets hot, he's unconscious. So the Knicks do a poor job at that. The Knicks do a poor job at getting looks for one of those catch and shoot shooters that can come off curls and picks. They didn't do it well with Fournier. They're not doing it well with Bogey. Okay. So I don't know what the deal is. Maybe sometimes, setting a lot of back cuts and screens and stuff. I mean, multiple takes guys out of the positioning that Thibs wants them to be in their offensive sets. I don't know why he doesn't do it. I've said it a long time ago, back when we just had, even before we had Brunson, when we had Julius and RJ, I said the Knicks should be setting like back screens and cuts to get these guys to the rim so they can get easier opportunities, so they're not always shooting the shot from the perimeter and missing shots at a high level. You know what I mean? But whatever. He runs things the way he runs things. Wiz BKLA. Thank you. He said Cash App works too, right? Oh, yeah, of course. Cash App always works. You see it, Cash App as $ still Knicks fans. If anybody was interested. Cash App is $ still Knicks fans. Yeah, like I said, I just tell people if they want to buy me a coffee, because that's the new and improved way to do things around here. We just try to do things a little better. It's got the buy me a coffee website just has a lot going on. You could use it for so many different things, and so I'm just trying to incorporate that in what I got going on. Okay, where was I? You know what? Let's do this. I'm gonna start throwing some topics out there. So before I do that, let me throw the link out there. Boom. Okay. Let me say what's up to a couple more people before I hit the intro. Shout out to my guy, Corey Lee. What's good? Appreciate you, my brother. As always, one half of the 718 boys in the building. Salute, brother. Once again, if you haven't checked out the 718 boys on Blorange Tears Network and Sundays at 10 a.m., please show them some love. I'm mad that I missed the last show live. I watched the replay, but I was knocked out. I was up late last week, so Danny says better off that they don't rush these guys back. We want them to stay active and not go out injured again. Facts. Kerry Cox says, trade pieces in the offseason. That's what they are. Burks and, well, maybe not Burks, because Burks is going to be a free agent, I believe. But Bogdanovich is definitely a trade asset. Sherwin said, I told Knicks fans Shake Milton is Frank Ntilikina 2.0. He is a point with no handle. Might be some truth to that. Il Maddox is in the building. Yep, expiring contracts. Let me see. Ala Wise says Burks and Bogey is 29 million reasons why. That's why. I hear you. Hey, Panama Ray is in the building. What's good? He said, what a blessing it's been for Deuce stepping into his role. It makes losing IQ less painful. Shout out to Ron. Let's get this W today. Facts. Craig says Bogey is bricking wide open shots. He also cannot dribble and turns over the ball with horrible passing. Yeah, I mean, listen, once again, as I said, guys, Bogey is doing stuff with his Knicks team that he really shouldn't be doing. And it doesn't mean he can't do it. It just means that for this Knicks team and how the NBA is, how these players are playing defense, and you just can't, like, he's not the best person to be doing it. It's the same thing we used to say about Randall. Remember a couple years ago when Thibs was running the offense through Randall and Randall was dribbling it. You know how many turnovers Randall was doing? Throwing crazy Michael Vick passes and dribbling the ball off his foot when it gets double teamed, stuff like that. So it does Randall have the ability to pass the ball right? Does he command the double team? Is he an effective weapon? Of course he is. It's just if you allow him to do it for too much, like if you run the whole offense through him, it's gonna turn out bad. You know what I mean? You don't want to do it that way. You want to give the ball to Randall and let him operate in spurts, but don't make Randall Brunson. It's not a good look. We've already seen how that works. It doesn't work out that great. Okay, let me just read a couple more. I got some people waiting backstage. Hey, shout out to Boulevard 73, a member of Still Nick Fans. Thank you as always, my brother. And the other half of the 718 boys on Blorange Tears Network. He said, salute Ron, Mr. WBLS voice. Shout out Allah Wise, my brother CL Smooth Carry, and Illmatic. Salute, my brother. Appreciate you. Oh, okay. Okay. I see Kalang music. He you were talking about Burks. Okay. Yeah. Well, that's true. Yeah, like I don't the issue with, like I said, the issue with Burks to me is, the shot wasn't falling for whatever reason, not even from the free throw line. Come on, guys. I mean, even y'all got to admit, if a guy shoots 90% from the free throw line and now all of a sudden he's with the Knicks, when I checked it last week, he was shooting 68% from the free throw line early last week. He went from 90% with the Detroit Pistons to 68% with the Knicks. Is that not nuts to you? Do you not say, okay, maybe there is something wrong here? It's a free throw. You can't go from 90% to 68%. Something definitely is not right. It's a free throw, no defense on you. Okay. Anyway, but I hear you. No, the turnovers is bad. What I didn't like is the fact that he was moving too quickly. He looked like he was Quentin Grimes out there, and then shooting the ball fast. Like as soon as he gets a moment of daylight, he's shooting, not setting his feet. That doesn't make his shot comfortable. And two, they're trying to do too much with the ball. So yes, I agree with you on that, brother. All right. Okay, let me just go through All right. Shout out to all y'all. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Sherwin says, I told all these fans Bojan is Fournier 2.0. Fournier is a better defender. They are the same size. Fournier is more athletic. Hmm. Mm. My guy, Lion of Judah, is in the building. He said, Grand Rising, my brother Ron, and blessings to you in the chat. Appreciate you. What's good, my brother? Always good to see you. Glamour Knicks is in the building. Salute. What's up, Queen? Appreciate you. Hope you're doing well. Hope this Saturday's treating you good. It's raining over here. Oh, wait. Are you over here? I don't know. You go back and forth. So I don't know. Maybe you over here, too. Illmatic says fully healthy Burks and Bogey don't see playoff minutes. And that's a fact. 100%. You ain't lying. Yes. Nick's Real Talk. My guy says salute to the chat. Hit those likes for your man Ron. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you. All right, a couple more guys, and then I'm gonna hit the intro and bring my peoples backstage up in here so we can chop it up. Bonnie the Great from Minneapolis is in the building. He says, "Salute, my brother. I hope life is good and family is blessed." Thank you, brother. We still chugging along, man. I don't talk about it a lot, but we still going through things, and we hoping to continue to get better. But we still fighting. You know what I mean? It's still this stuff is crazy, man. Let's see. More Nick says BB looks old and tired. Burke's selection looks like he's still in Detroit. It may take a while for winning basketball to be the norm for them. That's a fair point. That's a fair point. Parish Douglas says, buy me a coffee is cool, but it demonized us super chat guys who buy way more than a coffee. So I stopped super chats on all but your and the Queen show. Wow. Well, thanks, Parrish. I appreciate that, and I'm sorry that you feel that way. I understand that it does stink. Because see, the thing about guys like Parrish, folks, if you guys tune into this show and other shows, you know who Parrish Thug is, and he is constantly supporting, not only with his own money, but with his takes in the chat, and he highlights those takes by supporting with his monetary gains to help out with the shows. And so super chats really work for him. And it's a little different for him. And I get it, bro. I mean, listen, I think what what happens is, and I told you guys this before, so I don't want to beat it with a drum, you know what I mean? But we appreciate you, Parish, as well as others who do give super chats, because there's a few out there that give a lot of super chats. It's just for us as content creators, like, we are constantly trying to figure out the best way to evolve and to, make um things better, make the product better, make the show better. And also, I mean, just if I'm being honest, some of us do spend money on this show. I know sometimes you see it and you like, well, it looks like a regular show. There's a little graphics and stuff here and there, and you think that, there's not so much invested in it. We may not look like one of your favorite big shows that you see with all the production and stuff going on, excuse me, behind the scenes. But that doesn't mean that money is not spent. I mean, I'm spending money on 2 sites for information that I have to pay monthly. I'm spending money on StreamYard. I'm spending money on another platform that we use on Monday nights, which is a little more expensive than StreamYard. I'm also spending money on Canva. I'm spending money like, there's other things that I'm spending money on. I'm also spending money on on Filmora to use that to edit videos. There's different things that money is being spent on each month, and it adds up. And when you first start doing it, $20 here, $30 here, $10. It don't really seem like it, but then when you look at the end of the month, you're like, oh, okay. So I'm not putting that out there to ask for help. I'm just putting that out there to let y'all know that money does get spent. And so, because of that, when we ask for support of the show, if you're going to support, then we appreciate you do it however you want to. But us knowing as content creators that, YT, let's call it YT, because I know that computer algorithm be looking for us, that they want to hear their name so they could catch us out there. YT takes that 30 to 40% of our profits, and really, yes, they are hosting us, they're allowing us to be here, but we got to do all the other stuff, right? So, like, why should they take 30 to 40% of what we got? If they do it, they do it. But that's just what we be thinking about, especially when, I can't even show you guys videos. You guys remember I used to show highlight videos, right? Do you notice I don't show highlight videos like that anymore? There's so many different ideas and plans I had for the show that I thought I could be doing, but YT started cracking down and making it more difficult for you to put stuff out there without them, hitting you with a copyright or telling you can't use certain things. And then they hit you with oh, well, you can't monetize, or all your monetization is going to go to the content, creator that you grabbed the highlight from. It's just ridiculous. So that's why. But Paris, like I said, do what you do, man. However you feel comfortable. If you want to continue to do that, I have no problem with it. This is really for everybody else. And don't forget, there's also new people who tune into the show. And if they feel like they want to, you know, donate or put some money into this product, I would prefer them to start off using a Buy Me a Coffee or a Cash App rather than the other way. You know what I mean? So we can kind of get out of the habit of that. But for those who do it and it works for you, you shouldn't feel any way. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just we are trying to going forward. We're trying to change things a little bit because it's a little bit more beneficial for us. All right. Sorry, got off my soapbox for a minute. My apologies. Had to get that out. Once again, thank you guys for tuning in. We got 119 people across all platforms, 121 people, sorry, across all platforms tuning in. Please smash that like button and show us some love. We got 88 on YouTube and 33 on X and a couple on Facebook. So appreciate you guys. Thank you once again. All right, my guy Jiggerman Porto is in the building. Salute, Jiggerman. Appreciate you. What's good? Morning Brew Sports is in the building. Salute to Heck, Phil, Jerry, Eddie, all of y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. Please support their show and show them some love. They're growing. They're on their way to 4K. I think they're almost there. So please, if you haven't checked them out, subscribe and show them some love, man. D Coolis is in the building. Appreciate you. AP is here. Appreciate you. What's good? Walter White is in the building. Salute, Walter. Charm Boy 72, Abel in the building. Burks only looked to shoot. Yeah, it's true. Shout out to you. I think this is my first time seeing you here. Please smash that like button if you like the show and subscribe if you want to, be tuned into what we got going on in the future. My guy D-Ras is in the building. Salute D-Ras. Appreciate you. Always good to see you. Okay. I know, guys, we've been doing a lot of soapbox talk and a lot of shout outs, but let's get it. We don't got a lot of time left. Knick game's going to start at 1. Brooklyn Butchers in the building. Salute. Appreciate you. Thank you for being here. And Boogie Down BX is in the building. Salute. All right, let's do this. Let me hit the intro, get my guys in here, and let's go from there. Sorry, guys. I apologize. Oh, damn. You guys always catch me out there. I'll be thinking about myself. Anyway, let me bring my guys up here. Shah's in the building. Salute, Shah. What's good, my brother? Appreciate you.
Everything good. Everything good, Ron. What's going on with you?
Chilling, brother. Chilling.
To the chat. Let's get it.
Chilling. My guy Metz is in the building. Salute, Metz.
What's up, brother?
Not a lot. I just want to say this about what happened in Thursday's game against Denver. Back in my head, you knew this 3-guard format, this 4-guard formation was not going to hold up long term. Especially against a team of Goliaths like the Nuggets.
That's true.
And the fact we're going with this lineup again today against the Nets. Sure, this is a team that on paper we should beat, but that's just it. It's on paper. Sure, the Nets have lost 5 in a row coming in, if not more, which has basically knocked them out of the play-in race.
Wait, hold on, Metz. Hold that thought. Let me get my guy Sam in here, but I want to come back to what you're saying. Sam, what's good, brother?
Hello, how we doing, guys? I finally got my Knicks hoodie here. I had it back home, so I brought it with me. We got the Knicks hoodie.
There you go. Hey. Good to see you, brother. Now back to you, Metz. Listen, I understand where you're going. I understand how you feel, but I want you to just listen to yourself. Remember what you said. You did not like that lineup going up against these Denver Nuggets, the defending champions. And then you said they're going to run that lineup out again, going against the Brooklyn Nets, who we should beat, who have lost their last 5 games. Don't just listen to yourself, Mets. Don't worry about it. We good, baby. We good. And that's the similar lineup that we've run against other teams. It's just that the Denver Nuggets are a damn good team, and they've got great size. And let's not forget, we already knew this, right? But Michael Porter said it in his interview after the game. We remember last time they played us, they beat us, and we came in, we wanted to do it. They knew it, man. We blew them out by play. Oh, and it was I was right, Mets. It was I think you had told me it was 28. It was more than 28. It was like 30 something that we blew out Denver. So yeah, I knew they were going to come with the thunder, and shout out to OKC. But I knew they were going to, basically, try to put the screws to us because they knew that I don't necessarily think we embarrassed them, but maybe they felt embarrassed. I mean, maybe it's embarrassing. Whatever. We beat them, okay, and beat them well. And I knew they were trying to get their get back. It was going to be a revenge game for them, and it showed. And they balled out. I mean, they had 3 dudes with 20+ points, and this guy Michael Porter is on another level right now. It's nice to see. The only thing about Michael Porter is, can he keep it up? No one ever said that the dude didn't have talent. People thought that his game would translate, because if you guys remember how he was before he got drafted, he was a monster. So no one thought that he wouldn't be good. It's just how good can he be with the back issues? But he, knock on wood, shout out to that young man. He looks good.
Does he have spinal stenosis or something?
I don't know what the actual categorization of his injury and stuff was. I just know it was pretty bad, and it looked like it was a lingering condition. That's why so many teams passed on him going in, to the draft.
Trust me, if it was spinal stenosis, he wouldn't be able to play basketball.
So I'm guessing it wasn't that.
Right. I'm saying if it was, he wouldn't be on the hardwood.
Gotcha.
Because we've seen what it's done to baseball players, and to a lesser extent what that thing has done to wrestlers.
Yeah. And hold on one second. Shout out to Vaughn Allen. Appreciate you, a member of Still Knick Fans. Thank you for always being here and rocking. He said, maybe that's why I don't see D's World of Hoops anymore. The YT crackdown. I don't think that's it. I think, life is real. We got to go through different things. And sometimes there's other things that are priority and more important than what may be our passion. You know what I mean? Because this is a passion for us, to be honest. As a content creators, this is a passion. Because unless you're doing it at the highest level, we're not getting a lot of money, to be doing this. So, I mean, if I could do this and not have my regular job, then that's different. Then you see me looking at this thing a whole different way, and I'd be trying to do things even more differently because, this is my income, like my life. But real life stuff goes on. Now, I will say though, if you want to get technical, did that affect his channel? Yes, because his channel was a lot of breakdowns and videos and stuff, and he ran into a lot of issues with them about that stuff. That's why I'm saying that's like we can't even put content out there the way we want to, the way a fan should be able to get it. And that's why I think part of the reason why fans continue to still rock with places like BSPN and other places, because they can give you the full package of content with no restrictions. They could just go out there and do what they do. If we could do that, if we could put anything we want, if we could play the music we want, if we could put the videos we want without getting copyrighted and all this stuff, you know how good some of our shows would be? I'm not even talking about me. I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of talented content creators with great ideas and great abilities out here, and they will be putting together some fire content. Okay, but I'm done. All right. So that being said, Cam from the Kickback is in the building. He said, Ron, good afternoon. Salute to my brother. Salute to the panel, the chat. SKF fan, 5th place. Could be worse. Speaking of 5th place, how y'all feel about us? I didn't even like to hear it. I forgot when I was like, damn, I know we teeter-tottering. We were going back and forth, but I'm so used to hearing 4th. And I'm like, it's got to be 4th or better. When I heard 5th, I was like, ugh, it kind of hurt my heart a little bit, man. Shaw, how'd you feel when we slipped to 5th, bro?
I knew the game against was going to be a big game. I knew it was going to be a big game, and it could change the positioning of where we sit. But we got 4 games that are pretty close games, and Magic have a really big game today. They have a really big game at 7:00 today as well. So if we can inch out this win tonight and they take a loss tonight, we'll move right back into 4th. Yeah, was it a little teeter-totter? Yeah, because every Knick fan, if you were a real Knick fan, you wanted to win all 4 games. You really wanted them to win all 4 games. And we had a shot at the game the other night against them. It just seemed like they got a little lackluster, and that mile high air must have got to them in that 4th quarter or so. So, it is what it is, man. We got some time to make it up. And Cleveland is having a couple of big losses for us, so that keeps everything in perspective. 3rd and 4th place is still an insight.
True.
Facts. How you feel about that, Mets? Are you disappointed that we dropped into the 5th? You do know that all this stuff we've been fairly packed in. It's been kind of close.
Yeah, I'm a bit disappointed. At the very least, we're not going to be in the play-in tournament, so I find a little solace in that.
I mean, Hopefully not. Hopefully not. That's true. What you thinking, Sam?
Yeah, so when it comes to the seating, I mean, I'm not really too like saddened about it because if you think, don't we have the tiebreaker over the Magic? I believe we
No, we
do,
don't.
don't
They
we?
have it over
No,
us.
No,
no, not over
Who do we have
Magic.
the tiebreaker over that's above
Philly.
us right now?
Oh no,
Philly?
well,
So
Philly's
we
not
don't have
above
it
us
over the
now.
Cavs either?
We don't.
Yeah,
We have it over the Cavs. We don't have it over the Pacers or the Magic, but we also have it over the Sixers and Heat.
right.
Okay, so in my opinion, I see if that's the case, then I think the Cavs are going to drop, guys, because the only reason I know this guy, I have Donovan Mitchell on my fantasy team. He's out for like a week. I don't know what the heck happened to him, but he's not playing, and they said he has to
Some
be
with his nose.
reevaluated.
He broke his nose. Didn't
Yeah,
he break his nose or something?
I believe so. So yeah, he's out for like a week. So the Cavs are definitely susceptible, as we see right now. They're actually on a 2-game losing streak. So I could see the Cavs dropping down only because it's only like what, a game or a game and a half that's really like separating us. So probably the Magic with I've heard that their schedule is pretty easy for them, so they might jump up potentially because they're fully healthy right now. So they could jump up probably to 3, and you could see us move up to 4. I mean, in the seeding, I would like for the Knicks to get up to 3, but it's going to be difficult considering how well the Magic are playing. Like you guys just said, I didn't know we didn't have the tiebreaker, so not having that also hurts us a little bit too. So, I mean, we'll see. I hope that the Knicks can at least get top 4. That's kind of what I would like because, I mean, we need that home court advantage going into the playoffs, so that would be nice for me if we can get that top 4 seeding.
I agree with that much.
Yeah,
I mean,
I agree with that too.
if there's one, and going back to what I said when I first came on, Ron,
Mhm.
there's
Mhm.
one change we could make to that lineup: swap Hart out for a Chua because Hart's gassed out at this point.
Let me tell you something. You're not lying. He has been playing a lot of minutes, but I got to tell you, man, the dude is phenomenal. To put up this type of production, playing all those minutes, like I think he has so much respect from the players around the NBA right now. Like they all knew that he was a journeyman type player that, came on your team and he gives you a certain thing. And, because he's been on different teams and they've seen how Hart plays. But just watching how he's playing now with the Knicks in a situation where he's very comfortable and he's playing with his guys, his level of production has been phenomenal over the past month. I mean, you guys all know that everybody was getting on Hart for how he's been playing, but he was also dealing with a little bit of a nagging injury with his knee. And we just didn't see it. And even the shooting started to get better. It's not great, what I mean, but it still got a lot better. And he's raised that because he was shooting so poorly that he was able to raise it up quickly just by hitting some shots here and there and just getting to the rim. But yeah, I agree though that he is playing way too many minutes and he knows it and Thibs knows it. But
Thibs just doesn't want to stop.
The problem is, like, you're missing something because even though technically the Knicks are missing something offensively, right? And because we're not getting it, Josh Hart's activeness is creating so much that's generating positives for the Knicks that Thibs is like, I know I can't play this guy this many minutes, but we're not shooting well. Brunson is out here. Dante's still been struggling with his shot.
Right.
So he's like, Hart generates stuff, whether it be defensively with his hustle, getting rebounds, giving us second chance opportunities. Hart just does so much out there in the court that we need right now. Until we can get better and get healthy, he's just creating the opportunities that keep us in games. So that's the problem. As Knicks fans, we look at it one way. As a coach, he's looking at it another way. It's like without Josh Hart out there, like this Knicks game will look a lot different. Imagine if Josh Hart played 20 minutes instead of the 40 minutes and didn't grab all those rebounds and those steals and then pushing the ball down the court. We don't run like that. Hart is one of the people that pushes. Like he sometimes catches people sleeping. He sometimes his active. Now, granted, he's a little wild. He's like a Tasmanian devil, and he does do a lot of jump passing, which is horrible. But sometimes those jump passes do work out because he does create opportunities. And for a team that doesn't have a lot of playmakers on it, it's just Josh Hart is just so effective that it's hard not to play the guy, especially when we're so limited offensively. So that's the bottom line, guys. That's what it is. Should he be playing 48 minutes? No, that's nuts. I can't believe this guy played the whole game last game. I mean, Thibs is really taking it to another level. But it's like, what are we gonna do? He's searching for answers, and Thibs just doesn't feel comfortable enough to allow Josh Hart to sit a lot because he sees what's happening out there, and it's not looking too good. That's it. It's not good, but that's what's going on. So,
Ron, can you explain to me too? This is kind of boggling me because I've been seeing this in the Knicks community for a few days. I mean, we have to understand who Precious is. Like, he is not, especially after what I saw against the Warriors specifically, he is not going to be an answer against these bigger guys. Like, I even saw basically Jericho Sims with a high basketball IQ and Jackson Davis just turning into like prime stat out there because Precious never wanted to put a body on him on the box out. Like, that was probably the most infuriating thing for me in watching that Warriors game is because Jackson Davis was either getting hustle points off second chance or he's getting lobs because we're just standing around in the paint. So, I mean, against these teams with like bigger guys, I don't see Precious doing that long term. He'll give you spot minutes, but like, there's no shot that Precious is going to be guarding any center. I'm sorry.
yeah, I mean, to what Sam is saying, let's not forget what we saw of Precious when he first got here. Thibs was constantly using him at the 5 spot, and Precious did not look good at the 5. Then what happens? He's able to move things around. Then he's got Precious playing at the 4 more. And even if he is in there as the 5, he was switching up the assignments of who he was guarding. And so Precious was in a situation where he was able to move around and not necessarily be stuck guarding the bigger player. And he did great. And then what happens is once you start to build up some confidence, right? You get into your defensive bag and you're getting active, and then even if you happen to be switched on a center, you're still in that good defensive bag. It's just like offense. Like, you can go on defensive runs, get your confidence up and still, start getting into that timing bag. Like, oh, I'm blocking shots and I'm just in the right spot. And then so when he was playing centers, it looked good, it looked effective. But the bottom line is Precious is not the answer at center. And he is going to run him. He's 6'8". He's going to run into some problems. And the Knicks just have to figure out the best way to move accordingly, kind of take a page out of what they were doing before. Now, the good thing is that Hart is starting to look a little bit more comfortable. He's starting to look like he's getting back to the way we used to see his game.
I mean, that was a career best for him last time out, wasn't it?
What'd you say, Mets?
Yeah, it was career high, Mets.
Well, that was his career best. 20 points, 8 boards, even though he fouled out. But again, when you're playing a team of overkill aggressors like the Nuggets, you're going to expect to have to foul out.
Right. So here's my question. As you can see, I put up there Hart's game returns. How important is it right now for Hart to be able to play the way he played in that last game for this current New York Knicks team? What's your thoughts, Mets? Go to you first.
I think it's quite vital, but at the same time, he can't overtax himself and rip that Achilles.
That's true.
I'm more of sitting on the fence. You want him to do games comparable to what he did against the Nuggets on Thursday, but at the same time, you want to be cautious because of the constant lingering nagging of his Achilles tendon, in which is becoming a bit of a running gag for him. I mean, with the way he's in, they're almost caught on this minute restriction. He's getting only 20, 25 minutes a night. And usually it's slipping Achua into the 5 spot instead of Sims, who I think would be a more competent setup up as the backup. I mean, I get what Tin Man's doing with Achua at the 5, but he's horrible at the 5. And I was even more infuriated when they started him at the 3 prior to OG coming back. There was no sense in putting the taller guy in a smaller spot.
I hear you. Okay. Shah, what you thinking about iHeart's game, because in a lot of instances when it comes to guys like iHeart and Precious, Mitch, we may only want a certain thing from them. Like, just go out there, hustle, get the rebounds, play good defense. But the fact that we are struggling without having Julius out there and no OG, do you feel like it's really important for iHeart to have an offensive game for us?
Yeah, I mean, I heard since he's been here with the Achilles, we've known this since he's come here. He's always so far has always had a somewhat of a Achilles issue. He starts off rough, then he gets a little rest, and then he comes back and plays pretty well. And hopefully we're at that point where he starts ramping up a little bit more minutes, extra 4 or 5 minutes here and there. So but I'm liking what he's doing. He's passing the ball. I put a projection on him to have about four assists this year, but I think he's about 2.5 assists a game, which is very, very, very big for a big man that can get that many assists. He's passing the ball well. He's rebounding the basketball, and he can score. I think he had a better game against that team because he used to be a part of that team, so he knows how to practice against that team. And I think that's one of the reasons why he scored so many points, because he knew how Jokic would play in the middle. You know what I mean? And so that's why I think he had a better, one of his best offensive game of his career. So with that being said, we need scoring from our center position, and if he could get out there every night and possibly give us a double every night, I'll take it.
I'm with you on that. What you think, Sam? How you feel? You think that iHeart being a bigger part of the offense is really important, or if it's just one of those things that happens, like, is it one of those things that okay, we can benefit from it, but it's not necessarily important?
I'd say that the Knicks definitely do benefit from it because, as we say, iHeart's got underrated passing, so he's able to keep the ball moving, which we like from a big in that position. And he also knows how to get to his spots really well. So he likes that push floater shot. I mean, there's certain things that iHeart's really good at doing on offense. Obviously, he's not the same guy as Mitch is defensively, but he's definitely stepped up his game in replacement of Mitch. So I think him getting off that minutes restriction will really help us out, because as we see, as soon as it seems at this point, once him, Brunson are out the game, things just don't go the way that they should go for us. So if he's off the minutes restriction, I think we see less of Precious having to do the small ball 5. And we also see, a little bit better flow on offense, because Precious will hit the shot here and there, but he's not as much of a threat around the rim as iHeart when it comes to just getting himself open. Precious is an athletic player, but I just have yet to see him, find his way around the basket as well as iHeart does.
That's a fact.
Great point.
That's a fact.
So
That's
true.
A good point.
So true on that.
Yeah. So yeah, and let me just read a couple of these super chats. Shout out to NYC BBall. Thank you for the generous super chat, my brother. As always, I appreciate you. Thank you for supporting the show. It's always good to have you here. Shout out to my guy Paris Duggar. Thank you for the generous super chat. He said, if Thibs would have put Sims on Porter Jr. In the 100-98, we could have won. We just needed to shut him down with size and agility and strength. We still did well.
It's a possibility.
Yeah, it is a possibility.
A strong one. I thought
Like,
it's some.
Yeah, because Sims is just right there, man. You feel like you look at him sometimes, you're like, oh man. For him, it's reps, it's understanding, it's timing. Timing ain't easy sometimes to develop and really lock into it. OG Anunoby has impeccable timing. You guys have seen it. I don't have to, whatever.
The only problem is with him, that elbow is becoming a nagging issue.
With OG, yes, right. Even with who has good timing too? I mean, it's not impeccable, but it's really good. Hartenstein. Hartenstein has really good timing when it comes to blocking shots. And sometimes you look at it, and you say, I even said it at one point. I said, maybe Hartenstein is better at blocking shots than Mitch, right? Now, I know some of y'all like, which is true. It's very true that you don't see Mitch block a lot of shots because teams already know not to challenge Mitch. They've seen it happen enough that they know when you get to a certain point and Mitch is right there, you might want to try to avoid your initial shot or pass the ball out. That's fair. That is true. But my only little pushback was, even when Mitch was younger, when he was blocking shots and he was a demon, I still thought, shout out to Hands of Steel, Nerlens Noel, I thought his timing was better at blocking shots than Mitch. You know what I mean? Because he was blocking, like, I was like, yo, this guy's swatting from every. I guess them hands couldn't catch, but they could swat now. Sorry. I'm sorry, Nerlens. My bad, bro. I know it was easy though.
If only didn't have so many ankle issues.
Yeah. What were we gonna say, Sha?
I was gonna run right with you with the how Hartenstein is kind of equated to what Noel does. Not too many teams really challenge Mitch going down the hole, and Noel, they challenge him just as like they challenged Hartenstein, but his timing to get up for the shot is impeccable. And I mean, something similar to what Noel used to do. Noel, they used to try to throw it on Noel and dive down the lane and go all that stuff, and Noel would show up. And I mean, big guy that knows how to block shots. That's what their specialty is. And Hartenstein, timing is impeccable. He's not scared to get dunked on. You know what I mean? He's 100%. I'm gonna go after the ball, and 85, 90% of the time, he is very effective with it. Once in the blue moon, you see a guy, like the other day, this guy threw it on him. I can't remember his name right now. He dunked it on him. Okay, but he had that game 2 blocks. 2 or 3 blocks that game. So one dunk with about 2 or 3 blocks. Kind of nullifies what that dunk really meant. And they didn't win the game that game anyway.
Right. I mean, listen, when you block shots, you're gonna get dunked on. It just is what it is because you're willing to challenge. Patrick Ewing might have got dunked on more than any center in the league, but how many blocks did he have in these games? Patrick Ewing was one of the best defensive centers for his time playing NBA basketball, but he challenged everything. So you're going to get dunked on. It's going to happen. What are you going to say, Mets?
And then there's some rumors about Randall demanding or even pushing for the team to let him play through his injury. Bad idea, Julius. We've seen how bad you are when you're trying to play through an injury. You get overtaxed a lot quicker. You're starting to fall behind in your productivity. No.
Yeah. There's steps to it, man. And I talk about it sometimes too. There's steps to it. First he had to get the soreness and the wear and tear from the surgery. I mean, from the placement back into his arm, and then he has moved on to now taking pads and stuff like that. So this pad test may be in the next week or so. You may hear that Julius is now playing with the scrimmage team or something like that. Maybe in a week or 10 days or so, you'll start hearing that. I mean, because just like he had to wait 6 weeks for it to heal. You see what he's doing in some of these things when he's on the bench, when he was on the podcast in the roommates, he was moving the arm, throwing the arm behind his head, doing all these things. So the arm has flexibility, that has mobility to it, but it may not be 95%. It may only be at 64% or something like that. You know what I mean? So it's a little process. It's rehab. I mean, he's rehabbing the shoulder to hopefully get back to the team. So for me, I in the beginning, of course, we all wanted Randall back. I wanted Randall back before Mitchell Robinson and Art and OG. But now knowing the severity and if the doctors and everything are saying, whoa, wait a minute. I mean, we don't know if you're ready. You still a little, when you come off of shooting for an hour, your shoulder, you're grimacing a little bit, you're hurting a little bit, you need a little bit more, workout before you can get to the next step. So just follow the steps, and Julius Randle, I believe, will be back. You know, the latest I think was April 4th. Let me look at my calendar. I think April 4th was the latest that I think, you know, with about 4 games left on the season. I think, let me see where it was. Against Chicago, April 9th. So maybe he'll be back around April 9th. Now I have about 4 or 5 games. The 4th or the 9th, maybe he'll have about 4 or 5 games to get himself ramped up. But his game is going to definitely change from the bully ball style of Julius Randle that we seen this year to more of that 2 years ago Julius Randle when he was shooting that short mid-range jump shot. I think that's what will be better for him, because you know teams are going to go target for him as they're going to go after that arm, you know what I mean? And you know, I hate to say people play dirty, but you know, it is what it is, man. You want to win, you want to win. If you can take out one of the better players on the team, you're going to try to do it, you know what I mean? And we seen that last year with all those slip foots under the shooting things, and this guy jumping up and down on this guy ankle and stuff like that. You know, it wasn't unintentional. You know, maybe they didn't mean it to be that severe, but they meant to do it. So, you know, these Draymond things that he does, you know, all these guys in the league, there's certain guys in the league that we know we got to really pay attention and watch out for, because they're going to go after you. You know what I mean? And it's just a step by step. You know what I mean? We will soon see him back. He wants to get back in there because he sees the team is ailing right now. With Julius Randle and OG Anunoby not out for these 18, 19 games, we would have probably had a different record right now. We may not have been 41. What we at 41 and 28 or something like that. We would probably we'd have probably been 49, 51 or something like that. We would have been maybe contesting for the first seed in the Eastern Conference, you know, if both these guys were still healthy. So, you know, it steps to it, and I hope that he comes back, and I hope he comes back strong. I hope he comes back with a short jump shot that he used to have like 2 years ago. You know, he used to be the in the middle game. He'll drive and shoot the mid-range. And then last year he changed to shooting the 3 and driving. Now I hope he can get back to that mid-range game, because that'll save his shoulder a whole lot from all that wear and tear and banging.
Right.
My only hope
100%.
is that we're not dumb enough to trade away the pick we get in the draft, even though we're not lotto bound. But still, I'm saying we better not be stupid enough to let Leon Rose once again waste our pick by giving it away for either cash or a player past his prime. Right, we've seen it at the deadline, we've seen it at the draft itself, and it's infuriated me that he's been saying we're going to build through the draft and then just frivolously lie about it, like with no consequence.
Yeah. I mean, Leon has been doing some things that we have talked about, like last year when he traded away the first round pick to get Josh Hart and to get RJ's homeboy from Duke a way to give up those first round picks. But we've been pretty steadfast since then, man.
Before that, where he was dumb enough to get fleeced out of a top first round pick, not once, but twice.
Yeah.
But you know, but the thing is, Mets, like each time we have thought that some of the moves that Leon has made. Listen, nobody's perfect. All GMs are going to make some bad moves. It's going to happen, right? Or some things that you're like, you know what? We could have did this differently, you know. But in the same look at. Let's not forget there was a point where everybody was like, Josh Hart. The Josh Hart move was bad, right? We gave up a first round pick to get him and Cam Reddish. Remember how people were talking? People were like, what? You gave up Cam Reddish and a first round pick to get Josh Hart? How does that look now?
Facts.
So,
Please.
You know what I mean? Like, you gave up Kemba Walker and a first round pick to get him off the team, and then we traded our draft picks. What are we doing? How does that look now? When you know that getting rid of Kemba Walker and the draft pick allowed us to be able to get that extra money that we needed, and who do we sign with that extra money?
Brunson.
That's right, Jalen Brunson.
Yep.
So. You know what I mean? It happens. It is what it is. There's certain things that are going to look good, certain things that may not look good. But we got to weather the storm, man. And Leon, we trust.
Exactly, because in the same token, we didn't give up any first round picks to get OG. We didn't give up any first round picks for any of the picks that we got when we traded away when we got OG. And you know what I mean? So, you know, in the same token, we didn't. This is the first time that I heard that the Knicks didn't give up a first pick to get a player like OG. They did give up 2 players that we coveted because we brought them home. They were homegrown players. But do we really, I mean, you know, if OG and was playing right now, will we really, I mean, I don't really think too much about RJ aside from the passing of his brother. I really haven't paid too much attention to IQ. He's looking like he's making, I have watched a couple of games. He looks like he's making different moves to the basket now that he would have probably did on the Knicks. But, you know, no first round pick, 2 second round picks. And we got OG, even though he's hurt now, you know, that's the caveat. But, you know, it is what it is.
That's a fact. Shout out to Organic Fanatics Show. What's good, my guy Rail and the whole family, the whole familia over there. Appreciate you guys, man. Definitely dope. Please support their show if y'all haven't checked them out already. I don't know what you're waiting for. Please show them some love, man. Rail does a great job of putting the show together and give you a lot of content, good info. And they have a really interesting dynamic, so you'll find it entertaining. I'll tell you that. Shout out to my guy Staffer Don. Come on, Staffer. Of course I know, brethren. He said, Ron, I know if you remember, we have a 1 p.m. game today. Facts. And yes, more fire, rhythm beats. Don't let them fool ya. Oh no. Woohoo. Yes, I got you, Staffer. And yeah, that don't stop me. I got a quota of time I gotta keep. So that's right. After I get done with this at 1 p.m., I'm going straight in. I'm chopping everybody. I'm going straight into a watch along. I'm calling no, I'm just joking. I'm not. No. Shout out to my guy G Money. Gideon Amankwa in the building. What's up, G Money?
What's shaking and baking? Cool Cass, what's going on? Everyone, what's going on? Matt, Sam, everyone, what's going on? What's going on, Shy Paris?
In the building.
Chilling.
What's going on, Shy? What's going on? What's going on, everyone?
Oh no, that was it. That's all I was saying.
Right. Against the Nuggets, 3-1 road trip. It was a good road trip though. The Nuggets game wasn't great. It was a good road trip though. Beating the Blazers, the Kings, the Warriors was a good road trip. You know, the defense was locked down for those 3 games. The Nuggets game was just the size was just too much. Porter, man, he was shooting over Devo and Bogey like the Incredible Hulk over Scooby-Doo. Too little, man. Porter 6'10", man. I mean, Joker made mincemeat out of us in that game in the paint. Hart had a great game for the most part, scoring the paint. Just that, like I said, the Nuggets size, the athleticism was just a handful for us to handle. Anywho, 3-1 road trip. That's still good though. Gotta be happy with that. And we just got cut down the nets. If you know what I mean, though. So I think we'll bounce back today against Brooklyn and turn the page.
I'm with you on that. And I just want to give a quick shout out to everybody once again. And let anyone out there know that if you are having any issues posting in YouTube in the chat, try to refresh your browser and or shut down your YouTube and come back into it. Because I just wanted to let everybody know I've checked my settings and what's going on my YouTube, and no one should be restricted from being able to post. And I checked I do have a little bit of a restriction list with some people who were wilding out back in the day. Those names are still there. And so, but there's no new names added. And the only other stuff that I see in there is like bots who try to put the corn stuff out there. And I don't mean corn with a C, So yeah, but other than that, everybody should be good to go. So try doing that.
Is there really much of a difference between the one with the C and the one with the K?
No, it's a real big difference. That's why we say it. Look, nobody has any idea what I'm talking about, Matt.
Oh.
So speaking of that, but being that the game is right around the corner, let me put this up for you guys because, you know, real quick. I mean, we already talked about him a little bit, but I just want to know what your thoughts are. I mean, do you think you feel like, you know, maybe he's turned the corner? Burks finds his shot, but do you believe it's fixed? Is he back? Is
Don't let him
Mr.
fool ya.
90% from the free throw line to 68% with the Knicks? Has he found his shot?
Don't let
What's
him
your
fool ya.
thoughts? Well,
Not yet. It's one game. It's
let
one
me get
game.
around
Oh,
because there's a
no.
bunch of y'all. Sam, what you think, brother?
I'm not gonna lie to you, Ron. I can't go back on what I've already said about him since he's been there. So me and Charlotte were talking. If you guys don't know Charlotte, let's talk Knicks. We were talking about it, and yeah, I put the poo-poo emoji every time I see Burks out there. So I can't go back on that now. I mean, he's done bad so many games in a row that I refuse to believe that this 18-point barrage is a game changer for him. I hope so. Because Thibs is going to throw him out there. He's got the versatility, and he's already a Thibs fanboy, choir boy, so he's going to put him out there. So we hope and pray that Burks his shot is back. But I mean, him and Bogey are just struggling really bad right now, to where I need to see at least 3-game stretch of them playing well for me to believe it.
Back.
Ah, man, I hear that. I hear that.
I agree.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I was just about to ask you, Mets, how do you feel?
In my
So you
view,
agree?
what happened in Denver is like one of those one-time power-ups you find in superhero shows, anime, video games. Once you use it, it's gone.
You're
I
right.
got you. Oh, damn! Wow. No. There's how quickly the mighty have fallen. There is no love for Alec Burks.
Yeah.
G Money, what's your thoughts, brother?
Even though I was happy for Burks on Thursday, I'm saying this right now. Whoop the freaking do. Whoop the freaking dog. I'm not a believer until he does this consistently. It's one game. This is Alec Burks we're talking about here, though. One game, he can go crazy, and the next game, he can score the same amount of points as a skeleton. He's streakier. He's streakier than Karax, man. He's streakier than oil. Very inconsistent, man. It's one game, people. Let's chill.
Okay. Sha.
I mean, I still have to have I've been laser focused on those two guys, Burks and Bodega, and some games they surprise you, some games they keep us in the game. And I mean, are they shooting where I want them to be? Not really, but they have kept us in the game. One game, it was the end of the third quarter, beginning of the fourth quarter. We was down by like 8-10 points, and they scored about 8-10 points, and they kept us in the game. And I believe he won that game that night. So, am I happy that he got the 18 points and we lost? No, you know what I mean. But it was a good showing for him, and maybe he can come out today and execute the same thing. I'm not looking for him and Bogey Bodega to get 20 points a night, but if they both can get 12 to 15 points, in a stretch, both of them, coming off the bench, is well worth it because we still need some guys to come back. Once we get a little bit more healthy, there's going to be, they're going to have to be odds and even or rock, paper, scissors to see which one of them gets into the game because we're going to have a strong 9-man rotation. But if Tom Thibodeau wanted to, he can run a 10-man rotation until we get to the last 4 or 5 games in the season to narrow it down and get us strong for the playoffs. We're gonna have to run Burks and Bodega, these next couple of games, till we get OG back, until we get Mitchell Robinson back, till we get Randall back. So as long as they out there, and to big up Burks last game, he played a little bit better D. He was moving his feet a little bit better. You know what I mean? So, I think we're gonna need Bodega, or we're gonna need Burks to step it up, until these guys come back. And if Tom Thibodeau really wants to, he can run a 10-man rotation to make sure that he can give these guys still a break, the OGs and the Randalls out there. So I'm really once we get the guys back, I'm really hard on 30-18 splits and run a 10-man rotation so we don't burn anybody out.
Yeah. I hear you. I hear you. Walter White says, okay, Knicks ML and the under. Even though we've gone over the last two as a gambler, I'm always leery of a team coming home first game after a long road trip. But Thibs is going to play to win. That's a fact. Shout out to my guy, the Woogie Act. What's good, my brother? Woogie. He said, I can't call it. I hear you, brother. Appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Woogie boogie.
AP says 20 minutes. I hope they don't come out flat. It's less than 20 now, but I hear you. My guy Josh, aka Uncle Julio. What's good, brother? Appreciate you, man. Hope you're doing well as always. Shout out to Paris Duggar. Thank you for the generous super chat. He says Burks will get to his best. Bogdan is done though.
I go.
Damn.
Red alert, red alert, red alert, red alert, red alert.
The funny thing is that worked perfectly for this Parish. I was just about to. That was perfect. Parish, I don't know about that, brother. I don't know. Listen, Bogdan has already had 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 3. He's had 3 20-point games, 119, 115. I think those
Sorry
were the
about
big.
that.
That's no, it worked perfectly, Mets.
Hey, the timing on that was crazy.
Red alert, red alert, red alert.
Was crazy.
I think that's
Amazing.
hilarious, though. I think that Bogdan has some more, highlight stuff in him to help this Knicks team. But I get it. You guys aren't happy with what you're seeing out there. I understand. But let's give it some time. Let's allow him to kind of, get into a comfortable role. Right now, it doesn't look good. Let's see what happens. And he's here anyway, so we want the best. And let me just one more thing, guys. We already talked about this. Talked about it last week. I don't want to continue to talk about it because I don't want to put more negative connotation on that young man. But it's not like Grimes is playing lights out over there in Detroit. He's still playing bad, y'all. So it don't make a difference for us. At least we got Fournier's out of here, who wasn't playing at all. Grimes wasn't playing up to par over here. At least we got
and it's not like RJ. And the only trade pieces we shipped out that have been playing competently have been RJ and Quickly up in Toronto.
Right, but that's a different trade. So it doesn't really make as much sense. I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you. But that's the whole thing. Like if you look at what you had Fournier on the bench not getting minutes. You had Grimes not playing up to his potential. You ship those two guys out. At least you got a chance of Burks helping us at some point. Like he did give us 18 the other day. At least you got a chance of Bogdan dropping a 20 piece. You got a chance. Like this other stuff, it just was what it was. I mean, speaking of it was what it was, how I'm going to flip that to it is what it is. Damn, that's not enough time. All right, I'm going to do it quick. Cam, you tripping. I don't even know if I'm going to get around to everybody. Cam's tripping on it is what it is. Him and his boy Mace talking about how the Knicks are, we talk about the Mecca, but what have we won? All this stuff. Like we're supposed to be this big place that everybody loves, the Garden, all this stuff. But what have we won? It's been 51 years. We are not really, the Mecca of basketball when it comes to that right now because we're not putting up and showing that type of championship pedigree that I guess Cam is looking for. Shout out to Cam. I know he's got a really good show. They got a lot going on over there, but let's be honest here, folks.
Especially when you consider that Big Brother has been doing a lot better in the Garden.
Big Brother, who's Big Brother?
The New York Rangers.
Oh, yeah, that's a different sport. We know the Rangers are good. So the Rangers know how to put a team together. And
that's
listen,
a fact.
The other thing with the Rangers. See, you jumping me into other things, Matt. I can't go all over the place with like 10 minutes left. But I will say this. The difference with the Rangers is, Dolan likes the Knicks. I don't know if he loves the Knicks, but he's always liked the Knicks. It was his, but his father loved the Knicks, right? But Dolan loves the Rangers. So you notice whenever Dolan got involved, the younger Dolan, he stood hands off with the Rangers. Like, I'm not messing with them. They know what they're doing over there. He let them be. With the Knicks, he tried to jump his hands in there at one point, kind of messed us up. Then he tried to fix it, messed us up. Then he said, you know what? I'm going to listen to the rest of y'all. Y'all want me to get out of here and stay away? I'll stay away. I'm going to bring in Phil Jackson. Messed us up.
Big time.
Then he decided, you know what? Mills and Perry, let me give you guys a shot and see if you could just get us back to being a team that has assets and value. It worked. Then he said, after that, Mills, I don't know. You got a little something going on that I'm not digging. And then he brought in Leon Rose. And even as much as we kind of couldn't see the vision, what Leon was trying to do, it's starting to work. It's starting to pay off. The relationship thing has developed into something that we're a good team. We just are. Mm-hmm. And if we're healthy, we have a chance to be a great team. Mm-hmm. So that being said, it's just a little different between the Knicks and the Rangers. He stood away with the Rangers. He let them do them, and that's why they're good, and they've been good. Okay. Let me get out of here with that. But I'm just saying, back to Cam, you tripping. Bad teams that are bad and have years of being bad and start to develop into good. After the stuff I just said, that's the reason why we haven't been able to sustain winning and create that culture, because there's been too much changes, too many different things, and non-basketball people getting involved in basketball situations. So now that we're past that point, we're starting to trend in the right direction. I don't know what Cam is talking about. I don't know what any Knicks fan is talking about if they can't see that this team is going in the right direction. Finally, it takes time, and you don't win overnight. You know,
true.
I bet he won't say that the Warriors are bums. You know what I mean? Because the Warriors have shown that they've won multiple times. But the Warriors, let me tell you something. Warriors don't look that great anymore. So it is what it is. Get it? See what I did? I did it twice. Come on, man. You don't get this content everywhere. Come on, man. All right, I'm done with that. I can't. I would love to spend more time on it, but we got like 4 or 5 minutes. So that being said, I do want to get to this thing real quick because it was already talked about, and I said I would come back to it. And that is, let me grab it. Where is it? Yeah, there we go. There he is. Right there. Boom. Get this out of here. Get your quick thoughts on this. Thibs is ready for a new deal, folks. According to reports, Thibs' people, let my people call your people, is starting to get excited about the possibility of getting a new deal, and he is starting to ask for it. Apparently, he's looking for the new deal. He's in the 4th year of his 5-year deal. Remember, I think Knicks fans get a little confused sometimes with that. Not everybody, but they think that this is his last year. It's not. Thibs has 1 more year on his deal next year. But, obviously he doesn't want to wait until that point. And the Knicks are having some success right now. And he's been able to navigate with a team that has had so many big injuries, yet they still have a good record. There are multiple games over 500. So he's like, yeah, this is the time that I need to try to renegotiate my contract. So what do you guys think about Thibs getting an extension? Sam?
Yeah, so for me, I kind of feel like you should wait it out post playoffs. I'm not going to rush into it. I mean, obviously, from Thibs' vantage view, he wants to get the deal done because he has the talking points and the selling points to the organization right now. But for me, I need to see what this team is like. If we do get even a few guys back, like let's say we get OG and Mitch back and not Randall, still want to see how he goes about navigating our way through the playoffs. I mean, arguably, this team, even though he did put up a good coaching performance for us last season, you could argue that this team should have beat that Heat team. So, I mean, you want to see if they can make any trends upwards. Obviously, we might be missing a big piece in Randall. But for me, I want to see how he approaches this next playoff season that we have ahead of us and how that goes. If that goes well, then, I mean, you could probably pay him. I mean, who else are you really going to go get on the open market that's going to give you this type of production? So for me, it's just to see how the playoffs goes. Regardless, he's probably going to get a deal. But for me, the playoffs determines the length of the new deal.
Fair. Sha, your thoughts?
Yeah, I think we sign him to if they sign him, extend him maybe 3 years to prep Johnny Bryant. I think he's going to be our next coach. Like Sam said, who else is really out there that we want to bring in here to bring a new culture to the Knicks? And I mean, especially with all these guys that are quote unquote Thibs players, that circle of trust from Tom Thibodeau is real. It is real. If y'all haven't noticed it in the last couple of years that Tom Thibodeau has been here as a coach, that circle of trust of Thibs is for real. And right now, he has about 11 players in that circle of trust. So let's see what he can do with it. I think they could extend him and see what happens. Maybe give him a 2-year +1 or something like that, or another 2-year deal or something like that. Because I don't think Thibs is going to. I think Thibs will be here until we make it to the conference finals, which will be this year. I think that we make it to the conference finals this year and see where he takes us. With a team like Thibs has that's under his circle of trust, I think we could go really far. So let's see what happens.
I'm with you on that. Shout out to 2 Knicks chicks. Appreciate you, Lady and the Chef and Diva Locks. My Holy King is in the building as well. Salute. Appreciate you.
My response to that answer for me is no more than 2 more years. If they give him 5,
right.
I'm going to be at the point of saying, just shoot me now and get it over with.
Then I doubt they do 5.
Yeah, I don't think they'll do 5.
I doubt it. That'd be crazy.
Yeah,
Nah.
I don't think they do 5.
It's getting old.
Maybe 3.
Thibs is getting old. Yeah.
2 plus a plus. 2 with a plus.
And I don't even know. Listen, I think that they're not going to do anything. They're going to wait until the playoffs and this season. We'll see where we're at, because if the Knicks get knocked out of the first round with everybody back, you never know how the organization is going to feel about it. They may just say, listen, let Thibs play out the end of his contract next year and let's move on to Johnny Bryant. You never know how they're going to look at it. Let me do this real quick. I know the game is about to start any minute, guys, but just bear with me. Shout out to Double A. Thanks for the generous super chat, brother. I hope you are doing well on the mend over there. He said, what is the deal with OG? Champs or not? The Mecca is legend. It's real super fight. Ali versus Frazier WrestleMania. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the Mecca is the Mecca for a reason. It's not just the Knicks, but the Knicks are a big part of it. Yeah, I hear you, brother. I don't know what deal with OG right now is that he's still going through the motions. They still don't, have a timetable for him. He's indefinite until they tell us something otherwise. Still got soreness, and that's all they're leaving it at. Unfortunately, that's all we got. So that being said, I just want to get over to let me get through this part, Mets, because I know we got to go, and and I'm definitely not doing a watch along. So let me get how did I there we go. That's it. There we go. So I just wanted to put this up real quick. I'll just read through it. Boom. Here we go. Hey, look at that. All right, so you know what I mean? So just looking at the game preview real quick, guys. This is the breakdown. Brooklyn Nets 111 points per game to the Knicks currently 111. Man, you see how far we've dropped in offensive scoring, guys. 111. Yep. We were like at 117, 118, whatever. Man, and this stuff don't happen. Right. What were we gonna say, Sean?
Even in free throw percentage, we dropped down from almost 25 a game to about 17 a game.
Yeah, this stuff don't happen overnight, man. It takes a little while when you consistently scoring a number of points for it to come down. So we've been having some offensive struggles. So 43 rebounds per game. I'm not going to get too crazy. I'm just going to hit the main number. 43 rebounds per game, 45 for the Knicks, 26 assists for the Nets, 23 for the Knicks, 7 steals for the Nets, 7 for the Knicks, 5 blocks for the Nets, 4 for the Knicks, 12 turnovers per game for the Nets, 12 for the Knicks, 45% from the field and for the Nets, and then 46 for the Knicks, 36% from 3 for the Nets, 36% for the Knicks, 75% from the free throw line for the Nets, 78 for the Knicks. Then you got points in the paint, 47 to 48. Brooklyn has the 47, the Knicks have 48. Second chance points, Brooklyn at 14, the Knicks at 16. Fast break points, 13 for Brooklyn, 14 for the Knicks. Now, the funny thing here is, if you look at these teams, They look almost identical with this stuff right here. But we know that these two teams are not the same. And the fact that the Knicks, that just shows you how important it is for those guys that are not here, for OG to be out, for Randall to be out, for Mitch not in to be here. Like, these guys make such a difference that, look, our numbers look like the Nets numbers now. It's crazy. It's crazy. So real quick, all I want to do is get your game prediction. Who you think's going to win this game today? If you want to throw a score, that's fine. That's all right. And then I'm going to hit you guys with the J Boogie on the way out because, you know, he puts me in the right headspace, especially for today's game throughout the weather. So real quick, G Money, your thoughts? Just a quick prediction, win or loss. And then if you want to throw a score out there, that's on you.
Right. I know the Knicks are hobbled. At the same time, the Nets are 26-44. They lost 5 in a row. And it's the same Nets team that lost to the Hornets, Spurs, Blazers, Pistons. So we should beat the Nets anyway, and I think we will. I'm going to say New York 115, Brooklyn 90. I think New York wins by 25.
I think something like that.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Oh,
I say Knicks win, but I'm going to say around 114 to 107. It's not going to be that easy. I mean, you remember the last game these two played, ended up Knicks 108, Nets 103.
Good point. True.
Okay, thanks, Craig. Craig's let me know I got a little extra time. Nice. Okay, Sam, what's your thoughts, brother?
Yeah, so I'm kind of on the same advantage of Mitch. I think it'll be a close win for the Knicks. Interesting battle for me tonight, I think, is going to be the boards with Claxton and Hartenstein. I think that's going to be a matchup to look into to see how we kind of control the game off of that, because the Nets, they do get a lot of boards as well. So it should be a closely contested game on the glass for us.
Cool. I'm with you on that. And my guy, Shah, what's your thoughts, brother?
Control the pace, grab some rebounds, hit your free throws, shoot over 36% from the three-point land. I think the Knicks come out here with a commanding win, 119-94. Let's get it. Okay. I like. All right. So before I play this J Boogie track again, get us in good spirits. I want to shout out everybody. I mean, thank you guys for tuning in and supporting the show as always. You know, can't do it without y'all. Y'all are the lifeline, man. Once again, appreciate all the support you guys give. It's definitely, you know, I can't tell you enough of how much it means to me. And I'm sure in regards to this, just the channel itself, I'm speaking for John and Jose. You know, we definitely appreciate you guys and everything you do to support us. You know what I mean? Once again, you know, like I said, if you ever feel like you want to support us monetarily, by all means, you can do it however you want. Cash App. You could become a member by joining. You can do a super chat. You can buy me a coffee or buy us whatever you want to do. But that being said, I want to give a quick shout out to my guy Vaughn Allen. Thank you, my brother. Appreciate you. He bought us a coffee. Thank you, bro. And he's also a member of the channel. Appreciate you, Vaughn. He said cheers. Thanks, bro. And I also want to give a special shout out to my guy Will Salkin. Thank you, my brother, he bought us a coffee. Thank you, Will. Appreciate you. He said appreciate you, Ron. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, man. Thank you guys for supporting the show and showing the love. You know, I can't say enough about it, man. Once again, I appreciate everything you guys do and help with what we got going on. Shout out to my guys on Facebook. Appreciate y'all. We got likes over there. Shout out to my guy Carlos M. Rivera. What up, Silos? Chris Rivera. What's good, Chris? Good to see you. Ronald Montalvo, my day one man. Young days, man. Eric Beach as well, my old high school brethren. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for the likes. Shout out once again to all those on X or Twitter for supporting. Appreciate you. Thank you to everybody on YouTube for supporting the show. Please smash that like button on your way out if you haven't already done so. It definitely helps the show. It looks a little something like this. And I thank you guys for being, you know, today we don't have a lot to be upset about, but
there's always something that could get us upset. But I thank everybody for being even keeled and understanding what we're dealing with right now. You know, we're going through a lot because these injuries just keep, you know, they just keep piling up or they're not going away. So, but we're fighting, we're getting through it. So thank you to the guys for not doing this.
See if I know the ledge.
Yeah,
Don't jump out that window, man. We got a lot of time. We still doing well. There's a lot of positive going on. So let's keep fighting. You remember this team, I said it, the mantra, all heart, no quit, no matter what, we're gonna fight. We got a chance. Every game we in it, we got a chance. So let's not forget that. Let's keep going, man. Let's keep going, man. Support this team. Also, I just want to give you guys a shout out. This was like a revelation to me last night. Well, not a shout out, but an announcement. I know you guys are waiting. Yes, I know. You with patience, with bated breath right now. You're like, uh-oh. Yeah, I know. You're like, what is it? What is it? Okay, I'm gonna tell you guys. If you guys know, Deuce was my second favorite player on the team, right? He is no longer my second favorite player on the team. He's my third favorite. My first favorite player on the team was RJ. Can't really have him as my favorite player. He's not here. My second favorite player on this Knicks team is Jalen Brunson. Yes, that's right. But
so is Randall your top dog?
Nope. My number one favorite player on this Knicks team is Joshua Hart, baby. Yeah, Josh Hart. Let's go.
Yes, great.
Nah, man. That's it. That's what I wanted to say. Josh Hart. I just watched so many things about Josh Hart. The podcast, as you can tell, Josh Hart is the one who speaks mostly on that podcast. So you know this was his idea, like his love and his passion to be able to do it. Watching him go do a versus on that Hot Wings challenge with him and Jalen Brunson. Josh Hart's personality and who he is as a person, he's just a great guy. I don't know how you can not love that dude. And then the way he fights, the way he plays basketball, playing all these minutes, and his hustle and effort. Nah, there's nobody else I could love on this team more than Josh Hart. So Josh Hart is my guy. I'm riding with him, guys. So that's it. That's it. It's over. I don't want to hear no Josh Hart slander. It's my dude now. All right. Now, that being said, go ahead, man.
Slander much anyway. I mean, I'm gonna have my plate full starting on Tuesday.
Okay. All right.
You gotta love Josh Hart. He has a whole lot of heart and grit. He has a big heart too.
That's a fact. Well, listen, guys. The game. I'm getting the official break thing. The game is about to start right now, or has already hit. So let me hit this J Boogie thing. We out of here. Thank you to Shaw. Thank you to Mets. Thank you to Sam. Thank you to G Money. Thank you to the chat. Appreciate all y'all. Stay tuned. Peace. Catch us on Monday for SKF Weekly at 9 p.m. Then on Thursday or Friday next week, we're going to get back into the NBA wrap-up and the wrap-up on the front stoop. Also, Nothing But Knicks. And then, once again, next Saturday for Know the Ledge at 11:30, our regularly scheduled time. But we out of here. Appreciate you guys. Later. Let's go Knicks.
I want two.
Hey, yo, count that.
I want two.
Count that money.
I just found Nas lost number 2 pencil. I'm about to write a letter to the Knicks fans. My Knicks fans tell them we still here. Through tough times, we made it through them tough years. But they said we couldn't weather storm. This my havoc, my prodigy, my quiet storm. Future bright, Leon still planning.
That's right.
No response to Candace Parker, Miss Becky Hammond.
Watch them though.
But tell I'm Pat Ewing tall. New York Knicks City position, I'm the point guard.
Burn up.
New York City, we can never fail. Shout out to little Charlotte ringing off that cancer bell. When I speak, I'm talking garden trees. We all in, all one. You gotta love the team.
That's family.
Every bar is such a real quote. Like when Mitchie moved in his high school coach.
That's real.
All we do is just the realest. Look around your franchise, we the biggest. And of course, side 10 toes down. The world's famous arena. This is Midtown.
Right.
I see the doubters, plus the haters. We getting stronger.
Right.
They can't fade us. They know that health is back in the building. The entire league know we about to be a problem. I said we're about to be a problem. I said we're about to be a problem. They keep saying, why not us? But I'm going to tell you why it can be us. It's an orange and blue thing.